Hey, Matthew, darkeye, Johnny's friend. Here to talk about Funko Pops with you guys. How to start your collection, not just Funko Pops, anything, but how to start your collection, guys. Let's get going.
And also, guys, if you enjoy this content and want to watch every other video on my channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up. Let YouTube know you love Darkeye.
So, seriously, how did you start your collection, Johnny? Like, what was, like, your first piece for Funko, or what got you into Funko?
What got me into Funko? Whew, 4 years ago now. Shoot, I keep saying 3 years, but it's now 4 years. It was back in 2017. For Christmas, my girlfriend had pre-ordered me Kingdom Hearts when it came out. I think it was 2017. I don't even remember the year now, but had to be that. And she ended up getting this free Funko Pop. They had this thing. I don't know. She bought some stuff and she got it for free. It was the First Order Stormtrooper, which sadly I do not own anymore, but I had it. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got started. Like, I looked at it and was like, oh, cool, Star Wars. I wasn't like totally into it at that time until we started. I noticed like the supernatural, like the Dorbs. We went and I found these. And then I was like, oh, snap, I love supernatural. And then that's what got me hooked, was because of supernatural pops, honestly. But my first one ever was a Stormtrooper. So, yeah, that's pretty much what got me into it.
My first ever pop was the Martha as Joker Hot Topic exclusive. It's like $25 pop. I found it when I was with a friend, Cole. Cole and I found it when we were at some store, and I was like, "Oh, I should get this." And they were like, "Yeah, it looks cool." So I picked it up, and then a couple months later, they were like, "Hey, like, do you still have this? Do you mind if I like buy it off you?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll just send it to you." So I sent it to them. I don't have my first one. I wish I still had it. Like, that pop was mid condition. I had it up on my shelf, but I got that end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and then I just slowly started going pop hunting with them and a couple other friends, and then boom, like, I now have close to 300 pops. Like, it's just crazy.
That is crazy. You know, I was just gonna add. That's funny that you started collecting around the same time I did. That's funny, actually. I was sitting here, I'm like, wait, what? So we actually started collecting around the same time, and that's how it started for me. Like I said,
I bought my first Funko Pop on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving of 2017. I know that because I was at their house for Thanksgiving, and we went out on that Wednesday to get out of the house. So
I was looking over here, so I was trying to remember what exactly first Funko Pop I bought. I think it was one of the Supernaturals, but I also bought a Kingdom Hearts Pop that I have shoved in the back here on my shelf. It's a Sora Flocked Monsters. So that was a cool one. Yeah, that's like one of the first ones I actually bought, quote unquote. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And you know, if somebody else is trying to start a collection, like, I just say, like always, like we've heard Dr. Applesauce and all these other guys, you know, collect what you like. I mean, I just collect the lines I like Supernatural, Ninja Turtles. You forgot to tell people that you're going to be on this channel for a little while. Me and Darkeye, we're going to show you firsthand. Now, I should have said this a little earlier, but we're going to show you firsthand how a trading is done. So we're working out all the kinks for this. That's what this video is all about for you guys. I'm just going to be so transparent about this. You know, it's going to be a few videos. This is not going to be a one video thing. I hope you all have fun with it as much as we're going to. And I hope you all have fun with this video too. Be honest. This video is a good test for us. And I hope you guys enjoy us as much as we enjoy talking to each other. Like,
yeah, fun. Poke fun at me all you want. I don't do videos often, guys. Like, this is not what I do. I sit at a desk most of my days. I do work. Like, that's just what my job is. So, you know, talking on this is something new for me. But yeah, like this will be fun. Like I'm excited for us to do it. Solid test run here. We'll see how bad I am.
Power Rangers, like that's how I would start collecting, is to figure out what you like to collect, like line wise.
I
That's
would
what I would do.
pick something certain, like pick something small. Like for me, one of the first ones that I like got the whole line of was Princess Bride, and you know my favorite movie of all times. I absolutely love it, and so like when I went hunting, like that was something I wanted. And you know it's a small line. Originally there was 4 figures. There was the Chase Wesley, there was the Common Wesley, there was Common Buttercup, and Common Adino Montero. You know, just those 4, and then they released this bad boy, Fezzik, the one last year, and you know, probably your most expensive one, maybe Chase Wesley. Between those two is your most expensive, but something small on a small line like that, I would say, because if you hop into something like My Hero Academia, there's like 80 pops to that line. Same thing with Harry Potter. You know, it might be a great thing that you love. Like I enjoyed reading the books as a kid for Harry Potter, but the line, even for me, who has 300 pops, is very intimidating. And it's like, yeah, I'm not sure I want to get into that one. But, you know, picking out the ones you like. So if you wanted to collect Harry Potter, maybe you pick out the lines you want or one figure or something like that. So it feels a little bit more manageable. I know a couple people, I think Professor Josh is one of them, who has the complete line of like Harry Potter. I think his wife really loves that. And so that's, you know, there's like 115, 120 pops in that line.
I didn't even know he had all of that. I didn't even know. I thought he just.
A lot of them at the very least. But yeah, I mean, that's just, it's one of those things where it's like sometimes picking out something easier, and then something I enjoy on top of that is if I see a Freddy I like, I just go and get it. Like I just pick out a couple of Freddys. I like trying to get them at like when they first release, so I'm not paying huge markups for them. But something that you see, you're like, hey, like cool, let's do this. Like the Fun Days box. Like I'm surprised that people didn't jump on the Fun Days box as much. You know, you're getting 3 Freddys, and you're getting 7 pops for $100.
Yeah, and
I'm like,
totally it.
I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I did not win the lottery for that. I lucked out on that second day when they released them to the general public. I jumped on it and I got the Protopucks. I figured that was going to be the one that sold out the last. I figured that was going to be the last one to sell out. That's the one I jumped on just so I could get one. And, you know, I get 3 Freddys. Like, I don't know what they are. I haven't received them yet. But I'm like, you get 3 Freddys, I can trade. Like, maybe I'll get something I don't want. Maybe, you know, you will. Maybe someone else in Dr. Applesauce's Patreon chat will get something I want. Maybe they're willing to trade. Maybe they're not. I don't know. And maybe I just sell them. Like, you know, that's the scenario is that you're just like, hey, like, you want this one? Here, I'll just sell it to you. No big deal. So.
But I totally agree with your other statement. You always collect smaller lines because, like you said, like the Harry Potter, that can get overwhelming. Like I know some of the lines that, like the Star Wars I'm trying to collect, that gets way too overwhelming real quick. So I kind of just like step back for a while. I'm like, oh, I'll come back to you later and try to figure out what else I want.
Well, even a smaller line like Avatar, you know, I have basically the complete set of the ones that have been released. They're either like I own them or I have them on pre-order. You know, that's the set that I think has 15 pops or so, maybe 20 at this point. You know, between 15 to 20. There's not a lot in that line, but if you're starting to get into that line, that's 20 pops. I have 2 complete sets of it. That was. I made that mistake, and I've been trying to keep up with 2 complete sets. But to me, at this point, I'm sitting here going, I don't know if I want to do 2 complete sets of this. Like, it was cool when I first did it. Like, there wasn't that many. There was just a handful. There was like 8 or 9, and now they keep putting them out. And I'm sure that they'll keep putting them out. You know, maybe there'll be less, but there's still a ton of characters that they can make that I would buy. So,
that's how I feel about like the Batman. That's why I only have a few up top here. Because I just feel like they release way too many.
Well, and see, Batman's, and I have all my Batman stuff right here, or a lot of them. Like, I went after a select series. I loved the Batman animated show. I watched it as a kid. I watched it with my brothers. A lot of good memories watching it. And so I was like, I'll just start grabbing these. And it's funny because after I started grabbing them, I'm missing 2. After I started grabbing, all of them shot up in value. And so it's like I picked up Mr. Freeze, has a little bit of damage on the back for like $40. Actually, my friend Jess picked it up for me, but she paid like $40 for it. It's now at like 65, 70. So, you know, I'm laughing at it because I'm like, well, I'm glad I picked it up for, 40. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage on it, but I'm willing to live with that. So Batman is another, like, I have some other Batmans out in my living room. But those things, a lot of them go up in value. Like, I have the original blue box Batman that I got from Jason Phoenix Poptastic, and that's a $200 pop. Like, that's not a cheap Funko. Like, that's something that you have to work towards, a grail. Trading with people is really good. On that same note, you need to trust these people because you never know what people are willing to do. Like, I could have sent him something, he could have just not sent me anything back. But like, I traded with him, like, and it was good. So you have to be careful. Like, you can't just sit here and trust everyone. But yeah, I mean, that was an instant grail. Like, I picked that up, and yeah, I paid more than retail for it. I wish I would have paid retail like I originally did, but you gotta trust it. So.
And if you are gonna buy it secondhand, you just gotta be careful who you're buying it from too, because you can go on eBay, Mercari, and somebody can easily scam you. That's why I get, like, these people go on there for that. We'll say it again, the FOMO, and then a week or 2 later it drops in price, whatever it is. I was just using Ghost Rider as an example, but it's like any pop. Well, look at now, those Freddy Funkos coming out of the mystery box, dude. They're retarded. What's going on there? People are fake bidding on eBay. I saw one, that skeleton one. I don't know what it is exactly. It was like $12,000, and you could see they pull up the bids and they're fake, and I'm like, wow, that is crazy. Like, but then I'm going on Mercari right now, and they're selling them for $400, $500, $600, $700. I'm like, half these 5,000, 3,000 piece Freddy's, they're only gonna be worth like $60 to $80. Half of them.
A lot of them would be for $100. I bet for $100, but I can't imagine all of them being over $200. I mean, I doubt any pops that they're dropping will be worth less than $70. And my guess is $100 will be the bare minimum. But still, like, there's gonna be plenty. They're gonna drop, and the price isn't gonna be $700. The stock price isn't gonna be $1,000. I saw someone on one of the groups I'm in. He was selling that skeleton one. It's the Fortnite one. I don't know what they called it. But he was selling it on there. He's like, I want $1,000 cash, or I want a bunch of like grails for it. And I'm just sitting there going, really? And people were messaging him. People were like, yeah, I'm interested. Like, PM me and stuff. And I'm like, really? Like it's a cool pop. I wouldn't mind pulling that out of my. I wouldn't mind pulling any of the pops out of my mystery box. But I'm like, I would not pay $700 for that pop. Like, I don't even think I'd pay $100 for that pop. But
that's what I'm getting at. Like, when talking to people who want to start collecting, don't buy into the FOMO. Like, I would wait a few weeks and then see, like, hey, it dropped from say 400 to. Do I want to get it now? Will it stay at 200? Do you want to wait a few more weeks? Like, that's the thing you got to ask yourself. Are you willing to wait? Because again, the whole FOMO, like me, I've learned to just wait. Like, I wait. Half the time I could just go find whatever it is at Target or back on the Funko site like a month later. And that like I said, that's the thing. Are you willing to pay for it now, or are you willing to wait? That's what you got to ask yourself also.
Waiting, just sitting there and like having that as a save search on Mercari, having it a save search on eBay and stuff, and getting notifications. I found good deals. Like, I have picked up solid deals for Funko because of that. One of my friends, Jess, she found me a Chomp. It sells for $150 online, $100 to $150, somewhere in there, and it was on Mercari for like $55 or something like that, free shipping and everything. And like, I jumped on it because I'm like, it's a good deal. Like, I can't pass this up, and I've like pops now. So, but you have to be willing to wait, and if you're willing to wait, you'll save your money and you'll be able to buy more things in the long run.
Exactly. And that's like the metallic, like the Chomp, the Hot Topic exclusive, not the purple one, the metallic one. That thing's like $37 on Mercari now. Before it was going for like $80 to $100. And this is like, what, 5 months later? It's like, okay, I waited. So, and actually, if I remember correctly, I think it was going for either 40 or 45 a Hot Topic. So it's actually under retail value right now on Mercari. If you like to collect those, I suggest getting one of those because they're cheaper too now.
I mean, and here's the other thing with that specific one, the metallic chomp. So I have a good relationship with my new Hot Topic. So I just moved. I have a new Hot Topic, and I have a good relationship with them. So I asked them about that one time. I was like, "So is there any of these metallic ones left?" And so she can look it up. She can see exactly how many each store has. And she's like, "Oh yeah, there's one in Wichita, Kansas, and there's one here, and there's one there, and there's one in Seattle." And I was laughing at it. But yeah, she could tell me, like, if I told her like where my brother lived, she's like, "Oh yeah, there's 4 purple chomps arriving at this Hot Topic." And so like I had my brother go out to that Hot Topic and pick up chomps for me that day. But like you can do that, like you can hunt. And so one of the things I personally employ is talking to my family. And it's funny because like my brother drives right by that Hot Topic to go to work, and he's like, "Yeah, if it's there when I get off work at 7 o'clock, I'll stop in and grab it." And mall closes like 7:30 or whatever. And like he showed up all nasty and grubby from working in the mines, went in and bought 2 of the purple chomps. And like it was funny because, as he said, the guy that was standing there, he's like, "Do you want me to buy this?" Because like his hands are dirty. He's like, "Yeah, I don't even want to touch it." But if you're willing to wait, like you can get some of those things. And it was funny because the day I told him about it, it had been sitting on the shelf for a week. Like no one had picked it up. So
Really?
if you're willing to wait, hunt around, talk to your local Hot Topics, and be nice, like they'll help you. I talked to my Hot Topic, and it was funny because when the Glow chase for Blue Spirit for Avatar dropped, I actually got a call the night before saying, "Hey, do you want this Funko Pop? It's dropping tomorrow. We'll have X number of chases. We'll have X number of commons if you want to like show up. We'll be posting it to Instagram in like an hour." And it's just really cool things like that they'll do, but you got to be nice, you got to be polite, and you start getting to know people, and they'll get to know what you like, and they'll contact you over those things. Or at least I've had those experiences of what they'll tell me what's going on.
So somebody, so they just contact you?
Yeah, so it's actually the manager of that Hot Topic.
I wish I got that lucky. That's all I'm gonna say. I wish I got that lucky. All these people here, like at the Hot Topics I go to, nobody, like I go in there and the last time I asked for like the purple chomp, they looked at me like 4 heads. What is that thing? And then this one, and I saw it today. As we're filming now, this is Sunday, and I found it earlier for retail. It was like $45 in their store. I couldn't get it, but I'm hoping tomorrow. There was 3 on the shelf. Yeah, that's its price. There was 3 on the shelf. Maybe I can get one. I don't know. We'll see. Well, it's kind of stunk how I saw that. Like, I was actually kind of upset. I was like, man, the one time I don't have money and I'm not looking for it. See, this is another thing. When you're not looking for something and you specifically don't have the money for it, collecting can make you very angry pretty fast. People say, no. Collecting is very stressful because there's times when you want things that they're just not there. And then when you go back a month later or a week later when you're not even looking for it, boom, there it is. And then you're looking, you're like, "Oh, can I buy it?" And then you're like, "Oh man, I can't buy it." So then there's always those that come into way also.
Yeah, at a line. And right now it's been my Winnie the Pooh line. I'm like, do I love it? No, not really. I like the show. I remember it's a good childhood memory of mine. But I'm like, I don't really need these pops anymore. And I have most of the line. I don't have all of it. But I'm honestly thinking about taking it up to a shop up in Newport News. And, I messaged them on Facebook. I was like, "Hey, like, here's all the photos. What would you estimate I'd get for it?" And, I get a ballpark. It's about 70% of PPG, which like I'm happy with. I bought them when they were a lot less than what they are now. And, let someone else have them. And then like that shop has other things that I would want or could want. And I buy them. And then the other thing that like that shop has that I love is like they buy pop armors, which I buy for whatever's the convenience, like pop armors, pop stacks. I don't really have a personal choice, but like they have that. They have the pop. They have the $7 pop protectors and things. And it's just like, for me, I'm like, I can just go in there, trade in pops that I don't want. If they don't have pops that I want, I can buy something that I want. Like these things, like I can always use those for my collection. You know, I can always have a couple of those ready for a grail that comes into my hands that like doesn't come with a pop protector. Like a good example is this one right here that I picked up. Again, I was hunting with a friend, and we went into a shop, and this thing was, I think it was $85 or something like that, $80. And but there's a little bit of damage on the back, there's a little bit of damage on top. And I looked it up online. I was like, okay, it's averaging like $100, $110. So I'm like, not too bad. So I and I paid $60 for it. And you know, I get home and I start really doing research into it. Still don't even have it in a pop protector at this point. I was looking it up, and I was like, this is like a $250 pop when I was looking it up. I know it's gone down a little bit. It's been fluctuating. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I got it for a steal, let's be honest.
Yeah, but, you did.
Like, you want a pop stack at the very least, you know, to protect it. And it's just, you know, having a few extra on your hand is always a good thing as a new collector.
Oh, yeah.
At my time, I'm going to have to get to bed soon, so.
No, to come on, I wanted to, you know, talk with you, kind of do like a whole video with you on this. And, you know, I think we covered a whole lot. There might be more. You know, maybe in the future we'll do something, do it again and see if we can add some more pointers in. But for everybody out there, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I think it's been a blast. Stay tuned for that giveaway and the trading videos. You don't want to miss that. And I'll have another awesome video for you next Tuesday right here on the Johnny Popcorn channel. Will Darkeye be back on another video? Who knows? Stay tuned just to find out. See y'all next Tuesday. Come on, you know you want to click one of those two videos. Go there, watch.